dead remains unclear, but the armed group in charge of the area has put the number at 1,000. Still in Sudan, meanwhile, a Sudan journalist, Shamil Enlo, has returned to Khartoum 2 years after fleeing a civil war. She found her home damaged and the country's once busiest newsrooms looted and abandoned. Reuters' Vanessa Chan explains.
Today, her country and her industry are in ruins. Sudanese print newspapers were already suffering under an economic crisis and the worldwide shift to digital news. But the fighting brought the presses to an immediate standstill. Known for her coverage of politics and the troubled Darfur region, Elnor returned to the Sudanese capital this year after the army regained control there. The civil war between the army and paramilitary rapid support forces crushed Sudan's economy, pushed half of the population of 50 million into hunger, and claimed tens of thousands of lives.
And the UN Human Rights Office has found that Rwandan-backed rebel group M23 Congolese armed forces and other groups have committed serious rights violations in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, some of which may amount to war crimes. The fighting began in North and South Kivu in late last year, killing thousands and displacing hundreds of thousands more. The ethnic Tutsi-led M23 carried out summary executions, torture and enforced disappearances, which may amount to crimes against humanity and war crimes, including willful killing and taking hostages. And a bus has plunged into a ravine in Sri Lanka, killing 15 people and injuring 18. The vehicle is said to have fallen 300 meters after colliding with a jeep. Local mountain tourism services have been rescuing survivors using ropes to bring them to a cliff face. Reporters say the driver of the jeep has been taken into custody. For any news stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Mmatsheko.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
It is 5 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. Good afternoon and welcome to The Upside on Channel Africa, the African Perspective with Tebogo, Lekhuleni and Mmatsheko Mosito. We're coming to you live from the Auckland Park Studios in Johannesburg, South Africa. Join us live on our social media platforms. That's at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Also, let us know how your day is going so far. It's a happy Friday to you. Hope you're having a productive one. Looking forward to the weekend ahead. Let us know where you're streaming us from. Our WhatsApp line is +27 63 406 9126. And as always, if you want to just catch up on the podcasts from our show and the other shows, and to stream the show as well and the other shows, go to www.channelafrica.co.za. It's a good afternoon to you, Mmatsheko Mosito. Happy Friday. How are you doing?
Oh, yes, I'm here. Happy first Friday. It's the first Friday.
Happy first Friday.
So firsts are always very special.
Listen,
for whatever reason.
September is still, you know what? September is the gift that just keeps on giving. It's only the 5th day of September, isn't it? And already, no, there's a lot happening. All I'm saying is that September you little beauty. How's it going for you? Let us know how September is treating you so far. I know it's only been 5 days, but let us know our WhatsApp line again, +27 63406 9126. What's coming up on the show this afternoon?
A whole lot is coming up. We are going to be talking about why the creator or creative economy cannot afford to repeat mistakes of the Alabunga scandal.
Yeah, it's that human trafficking Russia thing.
Yes. So we're going to look at that. We're going to unpack with a head of content and really just talk, first of all, get an understanding of the scandal, because I feel like we've been seeing things on social media in drips and drabs. Yeah. And it's very easy to come up with your own conclusions just based on the emotional temperature of other people's opinions. Yep. So we're going to get the facts. And do we actually see Africa's creative economy being ready for formal accountability structures? Perhaps this is the time. Perhaps that's the conversation that's going to lead us somewhere, because enough. It's not just that scandal. There are just so many things happening on social media that are circulating under the umbrella of fake news and misinformation and all of that. And we're deep in the era of that. So a very important conversation in the middle hour. We have, it's a Friday. We have a DJ mix, okay? Yeah, we have Amos, who's going to be joining us and coming through with an Amapiano release, as it were, and also a mix. Amapiano seems to be very big on the upside, but I like that there's just different flavors of it. Some of it is a little bit jazzy, some of it is inspired by music of praise and worship, some of it inspired by the club scene. So it's just such a vast space to explore. So we're going to be talking to, actually, T-Man SA, I beg your pardon, T-Man SA. He's a DJ and producer. He's got a fresh release and also a mix that will be coming through. So that's us. And then in the final hour, we've got our artist profile as per every Friday. Okay? We've got the one and only Soa Matrix, who's a renowned DJ and producer, who's going to be joining us as well. And we're very excited. I believe this one's going to be in studio. Correct?
No, unfortunately not. He's such a busy man. We would have loved to have him in the studio. That would have been a fun conversation. But he'll be joining us online, and you can catch him. You can catch him online on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and on YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. It's 10 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. Happy Friday, and welcome to The Upside.
We take no sides, none whatsoever. We are The Upside.
Parlez-vous couramment le français? Êtes-vous passionné par la radio? Et êtes-vous qualifié pour travailler en Afrique du Sud? Envoyez-nous votre CV et vos 3 minutes démo en MP3 à @channelafrica.co.za pour avoir une chance de rejoindre la famille Channel Africa. Si vous n'avez pas de réponse après 14 jours, cela signifie que vous n'avez pas été retenu. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
The Upside. On The Upside, your voice matters.
Take all my mind, take all the joy now. Take me down, take all the love now. Tie me away, burn me alive now. Break me down right now. Now you wanna lock me away, I'm winning. You wanna add to my pain, I'm shining. Now you won't come for my face. Ideally, we're not the same, no. So why you wanna try me? Yeah, try me. You're out to destroy me, destroy me. You try to challenge me. You try to distract me. If I want the ganja, yeah, you bring the lighter, you roll me a visa, set me on fire, yeah. So I woke up in the night, broke out of my chains, staying in lane, you don't know my name, you crossed the line, we will never die, this is where you went, ooh child, why you wanna lock me away?
That's 13 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. Mmatsheko, there are your angel numbers. 13, 13. Yes, yeah. we didn't hear that yay properly. Say it again. Yeah, there we go. 13, 13. We must find out what that means. Remember, 11, meant new beginnings and so on and so forth. Right?
Lucky number 13.
But 13, 13, what does 13, 13 mean?
Actually, I need to investigate that, but I know that number 13 is a number of luck and also full moon energy. So I anticipate intuitively, I pick up that there is lots of prosperity under that energy.
Full moon energy.
Make a wish. You have a few seconds.
Make a wish. All right.
We missed it.
Too late. Anyway, let's get into some important conversations. Now, imagine a time when doctors endorsed cigarettes, assuring people that they were safe. Looking back, it was unthinkable. Yet that same tension is now unfolding in today's creator economy. The recent Alabuga scandal, where influencers unknowingly promoted a false work and study program in Russia that exposed young women to exploitation, has shaken global confidence in this industry. For Africa, where the creator economy is booming, this moment raises urgent questions about accountability, trust, and protecting both audiences and influencers from exploitation. Just as doctors no longer endorse cigarettes, today's creators must safeguard their authenticity. To help us unpack what this means for the African continent and its digital industry, we are joined by Mohale Moloi, Content Director at Irvine Partners. Mohale, thank you so much for your time. Welcome to The Upside. I want to start off with this Alabuga scandal, which has sent shockwaves through the global influencer space. What was your reaction when you first heard about it? And did it shock you as much as it shocked us on the ground?
Hi there. Thank you for having me on. So my initial reaction was one of, oh, wait, this is actually a really big deal, because ultimately it affects trust. And trust is the whole creator economy ecosystem. It's what it's built on.
Yeah.
We can't engage audiences authentically or have brands spend their money with creators if the trust element isn't there. So I think what's important as people who work in this creator economy, whether it's from a brand point of view, from an agency point of view, from even a platform point of view, that we need to work together and improve our vetting processes so that people don't end up promoting harmful campaigns. It's also on us to help content creators, support them with the right digital tools, upskilling and education so that they know how to vet a campaign, so that they see themselves as part of the ecosystem and not just someone who makes a post for a brand.
Mohale, I would imagine that a scandal of this magnitude would, I don't know if reshape is the word, but really just rattle the space of, how content creators do what they do. So how do we then balance that? How do we balance the freedom of expression and the freedom to do whatever it is that we want to do under our own accounts, and also exercising some responsibility with what we're doing to protect audiences from harmful and misleading campaigns?
So you're right. Freedom of expression is a very important principle. It's what drives the internet and social media economies as well. But Eva, that shouldn't absolve people from having responsibility for what we put online.
Yeah.
That, for me, the answer comes down to sort of having formal standards. And there are bodies across the continent that have actually done this work, whether you look at Nigeria's Advertising Regulatory Council, or if you look at the Interactive Advertising Bureau, they've worked in South Africa to create a content creator charter. And this is sort of a thing that creators can work in and sign up on. And the power of this is that it gives a framework for what is acceptable, what are good standards to uphold. I think we should remember that content creators are working at the forefront of actually what is the marketing economy, what is the communication space. But that also means they're working in this undefined space in some sense. They don't have the same level of regulation and oversight as traditional media, say, or advertisers, for example, but that is still in development. It's one of those spaces where regulation is still catching up to innovation, and we need to support that as an industry in terms of developing a framework where creators know what is a good standard and what is not a good standard to uphold.
It is 19 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. The creator economy in Africa really cannot afford to repeat the mistakes of the Alabuga scandal. We are currently in conversation with Mohale Moloi, content director at Irvine Partners, to unpack the significance of this scandal and how we can safeguard, not just as creators, as content creators, but agencies as well, to protect the audiences. We continue the conversation right after this.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802.
Je, una jambo lolote akilini mwako? Je, una shauku kuhusu maswala muhimu? Na je, una maoni ambayo unataka yasikike? Kweli, hili jukwaa ni la kwako. Piga simu au tuandikie kwenda WhatsApp namba alama ya kujumulisha 2760552594 na tutakupigia simu.
Mtangazaji wa habari zetu za Afrika Kusini mjini Johannesburg.
Hivyo unaweza kuwa mshirika kwenye matangazo yetu. Sio mazungumzo tu, ni fursa yako ya kuchangia maoni yako na kushirikiana na jumuiya ya wasikilizaji wanaotamani mtazamo wako. Tufuate kwenye mitandao ya kijamii. Tembelea tovuti yetu www.channelafrica.co.za na uwe tayari kushiriki na kuchangia maoni yako kwenye Channel Africa. Channel Africa, mtazamo wa Kiafrika.
The Upside, 1 to 4 p.m. Central African Time. With Tebogo Lekhuleni and Mosito. Only on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Well, let's continue our conversation with Mohale Moloi, content director at Irvine Partners, about the effects that the Alabuga scandal has made on the creator industry in Africa, and why we need to safeguard against such campaigns to protect everyone involved, including the audiences at home who are watching and consuming this content. Mohale, you mentioned regulations and policies that need to come to the party and need to catch up to the innovations and the digital transformation that we find ourselves in. Let's talk about some practical steps that influencers can take to vet opportunities before signing any deal.
Yeah, thank you for that question. I think it's quite important for influencers, firstly, before giving steps on what they should do, because creators work in an abundance of industries, from food to motoring to travel. So it's hard to be really prescriptive. But I think a good starting point is for creators to actually see themselves as a vital part of the marketing and PR ecosystem. Their credibility is their most valuable asset. And it's a really good idea to guard that with everything that they have. So once you see yourself in this position as not just a person who posts content, but a person who enables brands to reach different audiences in an authentic manner, then you actually can come at it with that understanding. And I like to use the term creatorpreneur, because what I view these people actually doing is creating online businesses, whether it is just for them to market their content as a brand, or whether it's for them to give people recommendations and show them the latest tech and how to use it in different ways, or just show them the best spots for pepper soup and jollof rice. They should see themselves as business owners, and that outlook will help them with emphasizing things like vetting, because we know that an irresponsible promotion could cause irreparable harm to your career. So it's ultimately that recognition that you are a business and that you are a brand in yourself, and that you've got to have processes in place that enable you to do work that is actually impactful for your followers and for yourself as a brand.
I really want to stay on that, on the regulation as well, because I think that's just so important. So, I mean, you of course did mention that we need to catch up, as Tebogo had also mentioned, but I'm thinking, what would a formal accountability structure look like then, Mohale? You know, let's be imaginative for a second. What does that look like? A formal accountability structure, particularly for creators on the African continent, if we really consider how much money this creatorpreneur space, as you deem it, is making so much money. It's creating waves, it's influencing, it's shaping perceptions, it's doing so many things at once. So what would a structure look like, firstly, and also how can we then incorporate things like skills training for social media content creators as well within that very structure?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. I am hesitant to be too prescriptive on what a structure should look like. But I think the point that needs to be made is that there's room for greater collaboration between influencers, between brands who are in the industry, between platforms as well, and actors like ourselves as agencies. So there's a role that we can all play in sort of building a platform where we come together, where we share data and share information on what is shaping the industry, and also then work with bodies that already exist, bodies that are already doing the research and the work here in order to put those structures in place. So I wouldn't want to be too prescriptive on what the structure should be, but I also, to your second point, think that there is already good work happening on the continent when it comes to upskilling content creators, when it comes to making sure that they understand how to read and vet a contract, for example, when it comes to making sure that they have access, which is another important point that we at Irvine Partners have been working on, right? So an element that we've noticed as a gap is that you often need to know someone who knows someone in order to get a brand deal or in order to monetize your content. But how about we work on digital platforms that open up this ecosystem, make it easier for creators to be able to apply to brands and campaigns that they would like to work on themselves. That way they're empowered, right? Because we know as a continent, there is challenges when it comes to employment. But how do we get them empowered so that there are fewer gatekeepers in the way and they've got access to applying for a campaign and not necessarily relying on knowing the right person in order to get access to an opportunity?
Mohale, let's talk about the work that you do at Irvine Partners, some of your offerings, especially for influencers, content creators who are listening in right now and they want to partner up with the reputable agencies.
Yes, so we are a creative communications agency based all over Africa, actually, and we also have presence in the United Kingdom and Germany. The work we do is really all about getting brands to communicate across these different markets. And we understand that we need to come at that with a very nuanced point of view, as the culture in Accra is going to be very different from the culture in Lagos, and so different to the culture in Nairobi. So we work with a range of content creators across the continent to actually develop those messages and deliver them authentically. So what sets us apart really in this space is that we've collaborated with a platform called Dream Influence. And this is what I was alluding to earlier in terms of being able to open up the industry, because creators can visit this platform, they can see what campaigns we have on the go, apply to be a part of them, but also get to understand the nitty-gritties of contracts and the deliverables that they are required to, should they be selected for a campaign, work on them. So we've done this work in order to open up the industry in this certain way, but we also believe that there's room for growth, there's room for more work. As we carry on collaborating with creators, how do we bring them into and better understanding how the ecosystem works, empowering them with the right skills, should they need, to grow their businesses themselves and actually carry on delivering those messages in an authentic way. Yeah.
Okay. It sounds progressive. It sounds like we really are well on our way to getting to, because as I understand it, the industry is currently sitting at 3 billion as you and I speak, and it's projected to reach 18 billion by the year 2030. Just on that note, as we wrap up, Mohale, talk to us about how do you see content creation evolving by that time?
So yes, those are really exciting statistics over the next 5 years. To see that much growth just means that more and more audiences are engaging with content online. They're engaging with creators who look like them, who sound like them, who understand the nuance of what it is like to live in their city. So this also means that I think the creator economy will keep growing. I think brands will have even closer collaborations with content creators. And that will also deepen the relationships they have, where creators aren't just, affiliate marketing promoters. They become actual ambassadors for that brand in an authentic way, right? Because the other thing about the online economy is your followers can see when something isn't necessarily resonate with the content that you already have. So I view the creator economy growing, yes, according to the statistics, but with further empowerment, with further skills training. We really do see a world where our phones are already the new sort of digital billboards, but these creators can also be the entrepreneurs and the superstars, really, of the future.
Mohali, how can we get in touch with Irvine Partners? And are you active on social media yourself? Perhaps you can share your social media handle.
I am active on social media, but I'm not a content creator myself. We have several teams who work very closely hand in hand with content creators. And that also means we live their lifestyle. We understand events, we go to events with them, we understand the struggles that they face in terms of, some months you could invoice for a certain amount and other months you might not be able to. But get in touch with Irvine Partners through our website. We are irvinepartners.com. It's the easiest way. And you can also look us up on social media. So yes, I work with a team that does a lot of this work on the ground. And I'm just not the most public person on my social media. But you should definitely get in touch if it's something that you see opportunities to grow or areas where you would like to collaborate with brands as well.
Amazing. Mohali, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Mohali Moloi, Content Director at Irvine Partners, telling us that we need to safeguard our creator economy. And we can't let scandals like the Alabuga scandal, tank this economy. It's a growing economy. Very, very quickly on the African continent, creating so many opportunities, but we need to have accountability and be safe when we are posting and when we are consuming the content. It's 30 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the latest sports with Musibudi Makura.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thank you so much, Tebogo. Very good afternoon from the sports desk. So Hugo Broos, the head coach of the South African men's national football team, will be aiming to complete a full circle by guiding the national team to the FIFA World Cup that is going to be co-hosted by the USA, Canada as well as Mexico as of next year. Now, the Belgian coach played at the World Cup in Mexico back in 1986 as a player. Victory over Lesotho at the Free State Stadium in a Group C encounter today in the Free State province will take Bruce and his team a step closer to realizing that dream.
40 years ago, it will be 40 years next year that I did the World Championship in Mexico as a player. It should be fantastic to do it as a trainer 40 years later. And I said it already before, this is my last job as a coach. I'm 73. I'm not going on till I'm 80. So, it should be a nice moment to stop. And I'm really very motivated, and also my team to achieve that.
Now, Bruce will be hoping to join a distinguished list of coaches who played at a World Cup as players and also coached on the global stage. He says that he wants to end his illustrious coaching career on a high.
We all know that the next two games can maybe, with a little bit luck, can maybe the final step to qualification to the World Cup. So from our side, we are very motivated to play the game of tomorrow and try to win it. At the other side, we also know that Lesotho is also always a very tough opponent.
On to boxing news now. Former world champions Mike Tyson as well as Floyd Mayweather are set to compete in an exhibition bout next year. The event will be put by the CSI Sports and Fight Sports, but details regarding the date, the location, broadcasters as well as the rules are yet to be announced. Tyson, 59 years of age, is a former undisputed heavyweight champion, while Mayweather, 48 years of age, retired undefeated after 50 fights, winning multiple titles across a number of weight classes. Now, Tyson is competing for the very first time since 19-year retirement in November in a controversial defeat by Jake Paul last year. He also spent the entirety of his career, which yielded 50 wins from 59 fights at heavyweight division, while he's at the latter stages of Mayweather's career were at the welterweight division. In cricket news now, the Proteas batter Matthew Brisky has credited coach Shukri Conrad for the direction as well as the clear goals he set up for the team following their 5-run win over England in the second ODI at Lord's last night. Now, the win also marked a second ODI series triumph in as many weeks achieved with a match to spare. Although Brisky missed the first match on Tuesday due to a hamstring injury, he returned to the team with a match-winning 85 of 77 balls as South Africa posted 330 for the loss of 8 wickets in their 50 allotted overs. Brisky notes that Conrad's leadership, together with the momentum from the Test World Championship win 3 months ago, has significantly boosted the squad's confidence.
I think it starts at the top with Shukri Conrad. I think the sort of selections he's making and the direction he's wanting to go with the team, he's very clear on what he wants, and there's no sort of grey area, so guys are feeling really comfortable where they are and they know where they stand. So I think that's to start, and winning that Test Championship final has just breeded another sort of confidence in this change room, so it's good.
Finally, motorsport news now. Lewis Hamilton says his 5-place grid penalty for the Italian Grand Prix gives him more to fight for at his first race at Monza for Ferrari. The 7-time champion was given his penalty for not slowing efficiently for yellow flags on the reconnaissance laps to the grid before Sunday's Dutch Grand Prix. Now, Hamilton as well as teammate Charles Leclerc both crashed out at Zandvoort, but the Brits' penalty was not decided until after the race. Hamilton said he was shocked to find that he had a penalty. With that, it concludes your sports news this hour. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, our email address is newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11714 4459. I'm back with more sports news in the next hour. For Channel Africa Sport, I am Musibudi Makure.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Mornings made better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine, weekdays 6 till 9.
Former politician and diplomat, he's the leader of the Democratic Alliance Party at one stage, and also served as South Africa's ambassador to Argentina, Uruguay and Paraguay. Ambassador Tony Leon, if you were party leader now and in the GNU, what would you be pushing for?
I can speak with some direct experience because, as you might know, I was actually one of the negotiators of the GNU last year when it was formed. What I'd be pushing for is to hold the government or the president's feet to the fire on actually operationalizing the agreement that was implemented. Unfortunately, that agreement has been honored only in its breach. And I think, go back to basics and just say, okay, we're not going any further with this arrangement until we actually implement these steps.
Mornings made better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine.
36 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the latest business news. Chanduko Ligeke is standing by.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thank you, Tebogo. Good afternoon. Minister in the South African presidency, Khumbudzo Ntshavheni, says Cabinet has welcomed the announcement of the new train operating companies appointed to operate on the country's railway network. Briefing the media on the Cabinet meeting, Ntshavheni said these companies will operate a total of 41 routes and 6 corridors nationwide. The development forms part of South Africa's freight and logistics roadmap as well as rail policy, which focuses on giving third parties access to the rail network. Ntshavheni says the announcement marks a significant milestone in unlocking the economy.
The Transnet Rail Infrastructure Manager estimates that the new train operating companies will carry an additional 20 million tons of freight per annum from the 2026-2027 financial year. This will supplement the Transnet Freight Rail, or TFR as is commonly known, forecasted volumes and contribute to government's target of increasing freight moved by rail to 200 million tons per annum by 2029. This development is also part of the progress Transnet is making towards becoming a more efficient and agile enterprise.
South Africa's Deputy President Paul Mashatile has called on farmers to negotiate with government so that more land is made accessible to people through the land reform program. Mashatile was in the Overberg district in the Western Cape to look at government efforts to fast-track land reform. He has called on the commercial farmers to cooperate with government on its transformation agenda.
There must be negotiations, engagement, and by the way, government does buy land. We have been doing so, and we're going to continue to do that. So let's negotiate. Parliament has passed a law to allow government to expropriate land for public use. But in most cases, that's not our starting point.
Zimbabwe can start exporting blueberries to China after it agreed a protocol on phytosanitary standards. The agreement was concluded during Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa's visit to China this week, where he met President Xi Jinping during commemorations to mark 80 years since Japan's defeat at the end of World War II. Zimbabwe's Horticultural Development Council says the agreement opens the door for local growers to expand into one of the world's fastest growing blueberry markets. Another news, jewelry and diamonds company Fine Star is launching a new diamond manufacturing facility at the OR Tambo Special Economic Zone in Johannesburg, South Africa. The event, presided over by Mineral Resources Minister Gwede Mantashe, is expected to boost South Africa's diamonds beneficiation drive and strengthen the country's position in the global jewelry industry. Chief Executive Officer Prince Mbetse.
We have now come to a bigger facility, and we are excited that everyone has come to support us. The minister himself is here, and other well-wishers that have gathered here today to be with us. And we are happy for this celebration, and we hope everybody is going to enjoy themselves.
U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to lower tariffs on Japanese autos. The move means levies of 15% will now be applied, down from 27.5%. The BBC's Shama Khalil has the details.
Under the trade deal, Japan pledged to invest up to $550 billion in the U.S. Japanese officials have said the figure represents a combination of investments, loans, and loan guarantees from government-backed financial institutions.
Your financial indicators at this hour: $1 in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 534, in Botswana 13 pula 31, Kenya 128 shilling 495, Zambia 23 kwacha 73. BRICS countries: $1 in Brazil is at 5 real 46, in Russia 80 rubles 790, India 88 rupee 59, China 71.14, South Africa 17 rand 67 cents. $1 is 74 pence to the British pound and 85 to the euro. Commodities: gold is at $3,550, platinum at $1,379 per ounce. The price of Brent crude oil, $66.77 a barrel. For any business stories you'd like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or you can call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business, I am Chanduko Ligege.
Business News on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Vue d'Afrique avec Joël Mouteba.
Cette peur d'un point de non-retour nucléaire suffit-elle selon vous à légitimer une telle offensive, monsieur Taladi?
Absolument pas du tout. Cela fait plus de 30 ans que l'Israël crie haut et fort sur les toits, où il veut se faire entendre que l'Iran serait à 1 an pour obtenir l'arme nucléaire. Parfois, l'Iran serait à 6 mois. Parfois, l'Iran serait à 2 semaines pour obtenir son arme nucléaire. Et curieusement, jusqu'à ce jour, il n'y a toujours aucune preuve que l'Iran a obtenu cette arme nucléaire en dépit des déclarations d'Israël et de certaines puissances parfois.
Vue d'Afrique. Du lundi au vendredi de 15h à 16h, temps universel.
Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa.
wanna start a relationship and be the only one I'm dealing with, yeah. It doesn't have to be too complicated. Darling, I know you like the simple things, like a board full of cheese or a day by the beach. I just thought I should speak, say a word fit for me. We could be so in love, can't you see? I like you. What if you and me were meant to be? Can't you see? I like you. I really like you. I like you. I like you. And if we're starting this relationship, won't fool around, I'll honor our commitment. I like the way you got me feeling, babe. And you know me, I like the simple thing, like that dot on your lip, how you grin when you speak. It feels like a dream when you're right next to me. We can be so in love, can't you see? I like you. What if you and me were meant to be? Can't you see? I like you. I like you.
Well, here we are, still in the first hour of the Upside, and we're fast approaching 2 p.m. in Central African time. Happy Friday, the 5th.
Don't do 13.
Happy Friday, the 5th. Happy Friday, the 5th. Only 5 days in, and I'm already in a rush for it to be next week. Thank you for tuning in. Music by Una Rams with I Like You. He should have put in brackets, I really, really like you. Beautiful song. It just it ushers in the energy of the spring summer without a doubt in the southern hemisphere, and we're very excited. We unfortunately did not honor our own idea and our own request for today to be National International
That's right.
Shorts Day. Yeah. But that's right.
We'll try again.
We'll try again next week.
We'll try again
okay?
next week.
Yes.
All right.
And next week, actually, we're going to have no choice because it's going to be sizzling next week.
We have no choice.
We have to be in
The whole
shorts.
week has been so hot. Windy. I think the wind has helped slightly today and yesterday, but it's been hot. All right, we're getting ready for what caught your eye. But before we get there, I want to vent a little bit, right? Just a little bit. So yesterday after work, on our way out, Mmatsheko and I were talking about grocery shopping and how she enjoys going physically to a store, grabbing a trolley, picking items and putting them in the trolley, and then going to pay and carrying that bag, those
Old
bags.
school like that.
I was like, no, I don't do that. I haven't done that in a minute. I buy all my food, groceries online, get it delivered by my door, right? But yesterday, I went to a supermarket. Why
on earth would you do something like that?
I was craving a particular soup, and the soup was not available on the app. It was sold out.
Right.
So I decided to go physically to the store. I got there at around 4:45, around about there, 4:45. I left that store at about 5:20. Most of the time, I was in a queue because everyone had just knocked off from work and everyone is trying
everyone wants soup.
Yes, everyone wants soup. Everyone wants to buy last minute what. It was in that moment I realized that, thank goodness for these apps, I am not doing in-store grocery shopping anymore. It's not a thing. And if I'm going to do that, I'll do it midweek in the morning when I know it's quiet, not after work. So that's my vent, guys. If you can, choose a simple life. Choose soft. All right? Get that app. Download.
Use your resources.
Use your resources.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
And in actual fact, we're also talking about how and this is specifically targeted at Checkers 6060, the app, the delivery platform, how it is outperforming the traditional supermarket chains. Just the app itself, just that section of Checkers 6060. And I think they're doing a brilliant job. I mean, we can have other contentious conversations about the inner workings of these and the people employed and so on and so forth, but it's effective, it's working, and they're getting their deliveries done. They deliver almost everywhere, and it looks like they're outperforming the traditional brick and mortar store that people go in and out of to buy from. But what kind of shopper are you? Do you go there physically, or do you, like me, prefer the soft life? Download an app.
It's that simple.
It's that simple.
Your groceries, in fact, anything you need these days is just a click away. It's a click away. Just throw money at your problems. I always say that.
It's beautiful.
Throw money at all your issues and you will be A-OK. It really is that simple. But I don't know why I'm still so old school. I think I'm so attached to touching my own food and looking at it and checking the expiry date and putting it in the trolley. And that actually really is, I mean, by the time you get home, you're so exhausted.
Yeah.
Because you've been walking around.
Yep. Exactly.
And you're standing in the queue.
Exactly.
It's too many disadvantages to mention, but you know where I'm going with this. But perhaps you are, I think old school is such a nasty way of putting it. Maybe you're quaint. Maybe you're just really a quaint human being and you still love to go to the supermarket. Let me know.
Stop
Let me know.
bougifying it. It's not. No, it's not. 9 minutes before 2 p.m. Central African time. On the other side of this, it's time for what caught your eye.
The Upside, taking the African perspective to fresh levels. Africa in Business on Channel Africa.
The United States was very vocal at the beginning of South Africa's G20 presidency, and this is largely due to strained relations with South Africa at the time, that they were not really keen on participating. Where do they stand right now?
The US is planning to take over the presidency of the G20 next year, and our understanding from them is that they intend to continue to do so, and therefore it is quite difficult then to be in a situation where you are not attending deputies' meetings or discussions during our presidency and then to take over the presidency next year. From a finance track perspective, there has been engagement. We've been working on a communique last week and this week here in Zimbabwe. What's important about that is that it's a consensus document. And so all the members in the room have to agree to the language that is used there. And our US colleagues have been part of those discussions and negotiations.
Bringing the African markets into your home. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Midday vibes, great programming, and good company. This is Channel Africa.
It's 8 minutes before 2 p.m. Central African time. It's time for What Caught Your Eye. Mmatsheko Mosito, what caught your eye?
It seems like you and I both have health-related. What caught your eyes? I'll go first.
Oh, mine is not even health related.
Oh, it's not health related.
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, not? Okay.
My vent was.
Okay, mine is. Mine is very much health related. It caught my eye because I'm always just so concerned about where we are when it comes to epidemics on the continent. So it looks like there's an Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And it has been declared a new outbreak in the Kasai province, to be exact, marking this is the first incident, if I'm not mistaken, in 3 years, and it's known as the Zaire strain, and it's been confirmed with 28 suspected cases and 15 deaths already reported. According to the World Health Organization, they had put out a warning that more cases are likely as transmission keeps spreading and ongoing. And the country has access to treatments and 2,000 doses of a Verbo vaccine. I actually wanted to see where we are with the vaccine, because we need to obviously think about people like the frontline workers, people that are actually in contact with these patients are also at risk of, getting this Ebola virus. So I don't know. I think the resurgence of Ebola in the DRC is just another stark reminder of the persistent health challenges that many African countries continue to face. Ebola is one of them. Malaria is another one that's plaguing places and spaces. I mean, I was supposed to have a guest on my weekend program, and we couldn't have a conversation because he had to go and get malaria treatment, things like that. So despite advancements that we are seeing, within the modern medicine, medical science, it looks like our continent still continues to grapple with outbreaks and strains, and we still have so many limitations when it comes to access to medical resources. Very, very concerning. I thought to mention it.
So Ebola is one of those viruses that cannot 100% be cured, right?
Well, you actually can't cure a virus overall. You can cure infection caused by bacterial infection, but a viral one is, that's why there's like a whole speciality around, because you can't really cure it. But I guess where you're going with that is Ebola is the severe. It's one of the severe kinds.
Survivable. A lot of people survive through early prevention and treatment, intense treatment, but you're right, can't 100% cure it. And so with these outbreaks, actually, you should actually tell us how it's transmitted, so that we know when we go to certain areas, do we have to have a mask on? How is it spread? Spread through the air? Is it spread through bodily fluids? How does one even contract Ebola?
All I know is that it's very quick to move from one human being to the next. Very quick. So I'm not sure if it's actually airborne, or you would need to have kind of fluid to fluid transmission. I don't know those medical details, but what I do know is that it's a humanitarian crisis. Of a very severe kind. And when you look at the places that are infected with this illness, conflict-ridden nations, there's a lot of economic instability in countries like the DRC. So to add Ebola to that, local food systems are falling apart. So when you add disease on top of that and the limited medical resources, it's frightening. It's frightening.
It is. So I'm looking at trying to find transmission, or how Ebola can be transmitted from one person to another. Contact with blood, secretions, or organs of infected animals like bats and monkeys. Human-to-human contact, direct contact with body or blood or bodily fluids. That's urine, sweat, vomit, saliva, or semen of an infected person. And then contaminated surfaces or clothing. Burial rituals involving touching the deceased can also spread the virus. So, a word of warning, especially when you're in areas where there are outbreaks of Ebola, try and limit as much as you can direct human contact. So what caught my eye, it's a light-hearted one. Sabawell to be Neymar Jr. Neymar Jr. I'm sure you know Neymar Jr., the Brazilian soccer player.
Okay.
Okay, no you don't.
Ik luister.
All right, he's a professional soccer player. Right. A Brazilian billionaire left him 846 million pounds. Right? This is according to a Brazilian outlet, RIC. The billionaire who passed away or before he passed away, wrote that I like Neymar. I identify with him a lot. I also suffer with defamation. I am also very family oriented, and relationship with his father reminds me a lot of mine with my father. I am not in very good health, and because of that, I really saw that I don't have anyone to leave my things to. I wouldn't want the government to, or relatives I don't get along with, to take my things. I know that above all, he's not greedy, something a bit rare these days. You're a billionaire, and you're going to give some random person that you just admire from a distance because he plays football and you're a football fan and you like his character. You're going to give them money, your wealth, as opposed to anyone in your family that you don't get along with. How about that?
Well, I mean, I also wouldn't give anyone I don't get along with a cent.
You wouldn't give anyone in your family, even if you don't necessarily get along, to keep it within the family. No, you wouldn't do that. You'd give it away to an organization, a charity.
I would most likely go the charity route. That's actually where I was going to go with my point. Is that why didn't you dig a little deeper? There's so many organizations that would do very well with that money.
Exactly. It's not like Neymar's broke.
Yes,
he gets paid proper.
And so many causes to support. You know, what does he stand for? Does he stand for environmental health, rights, the elderly, young children? So many causes to support. We are going to be observing World Rivers Day, maybe cleaning up. Have you seen some of the rivers in the world? Filth. Okay? And we need money.
Clearly, he was not a conservationist.
He's not a conservationist.
2 p.m. Central African Time, Sabawell to be Neymar Jr. Let's get the latest news with Matapelo Mahape.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Thank you, Tebogo. Top stories this hour. Mali accuses Algeria of aggression and the World Health Organization's appeal for relief funds for Afghanistan. Good afternoon. Mali's transitional government has filed a case against Algeria at the International Court of Justice, accusing Algeria of aggression for shooting down a Malian military reconnaissance drone. The incident occurred between March 31st and April 1st near Tauzenten in Mali's Kidal region, with Mali claiming it was intended to hinder Malian forces' operations against armed groups. Mali has repeatedly asked Algerian authorities for evidence but has not received any response. Algeria's foreign ministry has not commented on this case. And aid workers on donkeys have delivered the first humanitarian supplies to survivors of a landslide that killed hundreds of people in a remote mountain village in Sudan's western Darfur region. Heavy rains and flash floods have continued to hit Tarasini village, making it difficult to reach affected families. Local civilian leaders have recovered and buried the bodies of hundreds of people, with 370 bodies recovered and buried. The Sudan Liberation Movement controls the area, and local leaders have reported that rescuers have found 375 bodies while more remain trapped underground. The number of dead remains unclear, but the armed group in charge of the area has put the number at 1,000. Meanwhile, Sudanese journalist Shamil Al-Noor has returned to Khartoum 2 years after fleeing civil war. She found her home damaged and the country's once busy newsroom looted and abandoned. Reuters' Vanessa Chan explains.
Today, her country and her industry are in ruins. Sudanese print newspapers were already suffering under an economic crisis and the worldwide shift to digital news. But the fighting brought the presses to an immediate standstill. Known for her coverage of politics and the troubled Darfur region, Al-Noor returned to the Sudanese capital this year after the army regained control there. The civil war between the army and paramilitary rapid support forces crushed Sudan's economy, pushed half of the population of 50 million into hunger, and claimed tens of thousands of lives.
The UN Human Rights Office has found that Rwandan-backed rebel group M23, Congolese armed forces and other groups have committed serious rights violations in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, some of which may amount to war crimes. The fighting began in North and South Kivu in last year, killing thousands and displacing hundreds of thousands more. The ethnic Tutsi-led M23 carried out summary executions, torture and enforced disappearances, which may amount to crimes against humanity and war crimes, including willful killing and taking hostages. Onto the story now. The World Health Organization is appealing for $4 million in relief funds for eastern Afghanistan, hit by two powerful aftershocks 5 days after Sunday's devastating earthquake in Kunar. The World Health Organization is warning of the risk of a disease stemming from overcrowded shelters, unsafe water and inappropriate waste management. Many survivors are staying in tents, and Sunday's quake killed more than 2,000 people and injured well over 3,000. A recap of your top story. Mali accuses Algeria of aggression for shooting down a Malian military reconnaissance drone, claiming it hindered Malian forces against armed groups and violated the principle of non-use of force. For any news stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Mmatsheko.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
6 minutes into the golden hour of the upside, 6 minutes into 2 p.m. in Central African time. Happy Friday. Welcome to the show. If you're listening to the upside with Tebogo and Mmatsheko until 4 p.m. in Central African time, for the very first time, you couldn't have chosen a better day to do so, because Fridays are FUN fun. Okay, we've got a DJ mix coming through. As per always, on a Friday, we have T-Man SA. He's a DJ and producer. We have different DJs and producers every single week. So this time around, T-Man is going to be blessing us with his brand new single. Okay, that's going to be coming through, and also a DJ mix that's going to be lined up for you as well. So if music is your thing, then you're home. Welcome home.
Welcome home. It's how you spelt that fun for me. It's very interesting.
FUN.
Like, there's no need to repeat it.
What?
It's 7 minutes.
What's wrong? You're making me so self-conscious right now.
You know, there are certain words.
Oh, wow.
Then when you spell them out one by one, you either have to do it quickly.
You have ruined my innocence.
You have to do it quickly. Otherwise, when you hear it, you're like, hey, whoa, what did you say? I'm just messing with you.
You are messing with me really badly.
It is an FUN kind of day.
Yes.
Right? It's a Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you and yours. Thank you so much for tuning into the Upside this afternoon. It's the golden hour. It's now 8 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Don't go anywhere. T-Man SA is joining us for our DJ mix.
Whatever you want to hear about today's talk, you can only get it on the Upside. Every weekday, 2 to 5 p.m. Central African time.
África. Conhece o Ntivani?
Claro que sou eu.
Ntivani é o amante da música de corpo e alma.
Eu amo música africana.
Ele aprecia todos os tipos de melodias e passa os seus dias a ouvir a Channel Africa. Adivinha só, a Channel África quer ajudar o Tivani e os amantes da música em todo o lado a descobrir ainda mais música incrível. Por isso, a Channel África está a convocar artistas africanos a submeterem as suas músicas. Músicos, lembrem-se de nos dar todas as informações relevantes no music@channelafrica.co.za. As submissões são a vossa oportunidade de ser ouvidos, mas não garantem inclusão na lista. Todas as submissões serão cuidadosamente analisadas para verificar se cumprem os requisitos da nossa estação. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
Your afternoons just got even better. Fresh and exciting. The Upside, hooking you up with today's news from an African perspective.
Success yasetshenziswa iprogress yabekezelwa umsebenzi uyabonakala amaphupho mawafezeka success yasetshenziswa iprogress yabekezelwa umsebenzi uyabonakala amaphupho mawafezeka umsebenzi uyabonakala umsebenzi uyabonakala umsebenzi uyabonakala umsebenzi uyabonakala umsebenzi uyabonakala umsebenzi uyabona success yasetshenziswa iprogress yabekezelwa umsebenzi uyabonakala amaphupho mawafezeka success yasetshenziswa iprogress yabekezelwa umsebenzi uyabonakala amaphupho mawafezeka success 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 success
Brand new song by T-Man S.A. It's called Success, featuring Amos. What do you think? What do you think? You just released it. What do you think?
I like that beat. That beat is beautiful. That beat says go outside
And go be successful.
and go be successful. Go be successful on the beach is what that.
On the beach?
Yes. Go and be successful on holiday. No, it's got a very beautiful, warm, tropical. It's just, I really love it. I like what he did there.
All right.
Stunning.
Let us know what you think of the song. He just released it, T-Man S.A. Let us know on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, or alternatively, just comment below on our live at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Or send us a voice note. Maybe you'd like to express your opinion, how you felt about it, through a voice note. +27 63 406 9126. I understand that we'll be having him on the line in hopefully in a few minutes' time to talk about this new banger of a song, and then also to give us a taste of what we can expect for our DJ mix. It's always such a fun time of the day every Friday when we have our DJ mix. When are we getting yours again?
What?
DJ mix.
No, I'm outside these days.
Outside where?
Outside.
Outside where?
Just outside. I'm up behind the decks currently.
Really?
But I'm.
What would
doing
sway
things
you to go
outside.
back?
I don't know. If I'm invited to play and it's a holiday setting, I might just say yes.
Holiday setting.
Yes.
At the beach.
At the beach, darling.
Okay. All right.
At the
all
beach,
right,
somewhere tropical.
Somewhere tropical.
Zanzibar. If somebody in Zanzibar called me and said, "Bring your bag of music," I'm there today, not tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
Immediately, if not sooner than that.
You're familiar with the bodybuilders, right? The bodybuilding sport. Bodybuilding.
Yes.
I was shocked to realize how much food these guys eat. I thought I ate quite a bit, right? There's a former Olympian, 4-time Mr. Olympia champion by the name of Jay Cutler. Guess how many eggs he ate per day to get, he used to require about 500 grams of protein on a daily basis. Guess how many eggs he ate per day?
21.
21 eggs. For you, that would be a lot. Eating 21 eggs.
Yeah, I'm thinking 20. That's the number that
in a day.
In
Right?
a day, 21 eggs.
I know there are some people. Who will eat like 6 or 8 in one
6
sitting.
eggs.
Right?
I've heard of that.
In one sitting. He used to eat 140 eggs per day.
No. Ooh, I just got sick. Ooh.
Can you imagine the farts?
I don't even want to go to the flatulence.
140 eggs per day.
Ooh.
During his Olympia years of bodybuilding. That is a lot.
I think I just twisted my insides hearing that. Ooh.
Listen, if you are a bodybuilder in South Africa, because
I can't do one egg.
Because we recently, you can't even do one. Yeah,
no, I can't do one.
We recently had an African win a bodybuilding competition. I just forgot his name. He's an African. He was born in Africa. I think he's based in the US or somewhere else now. We need to get them on the line at some point on the upside and find out exactly how many eggs do they eat on a daily basis. Because 140 seems to me like a lot. Like
that's not a lot. That's extreme.
That means you wake up, you're drinking eggs. Then after gym, you're drinking eggs. Then you're eating it. Then you're frying it. Then you want to during the day eat eggs. Oh, that's a lot. Anyway, that's what you need for 500 grams of protein. 140 eggs a day.
But also in like yogic philosophy and other similar, philosophy, Ayurveda, and all of that, there are things that are really good for you. Garlic is medicine.
Yeah.
Eggs for whatever that can cure. Avocados, I don't know, there's so many sort of food stuffs that are considered to be really good for the human body, but too much of it is toxic
Yeah.
to the system. So I can't imagine what his cholesterol levels must look like eating a filthy amount of eggs. I mean, that really just doesn't sound healthful.
Well, he ended up winning four time. He ended up becoming a 4-time Mr. Olympia champion. So maybe it does help. We're just rambling on. We're hoping we can get T-Man SA on the line so he can tell us a bit more about his latest song "Success" featuring Amos, and also what we can look forward to our DJ mix this afternoon. It's 19 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Hopefully, we'll get him on the line.
The Upside, live and real. AUSISA, the Association of Water and Sanitation Institution of South Africa, is a platform uniting Africa's water professionals. This November, Africa leads the conversation on water and sanitation. Join global and African leaders at the AUSISA Africa and Global South Dialogue 2025 from the 9th till the 12th of November at the Emperor's Palace, Johannesburg. From policy innovation, this is where action meets collaboration for a water-secure future. Register today at ausisa-watersan-dialogue.org or follow at AUSISA on social media. AUSISA, working together for sustainable water and sanitation security in Africa.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix.
Wewe ni mjasiriamali unajihusisha na biashara ya kuuza dawa. Jaribu kutuambia kwanza, kwa nini ulianzisha biashara hiyo?
Tutasema kwamba maisha ya kila siku ni kwamba mtu anapashwa kuwa na maisha ya kuweza kujitegemea. Usitegemee kuajiriwa, lakini utegemee kujiajiri, na baadaye utaweza ukaajiri wengine. Na hiyo ilinipa msukumo mkubwa kwa kuweza kujiajiri na kampuni hii kwa ajili ya kuweza kuwasaidia wale ambao wanahangaika zaidi.
Unauza aina gani ya dawa?
Unasema ni dawa, lakini kwetu sisi tunaita kama vile ni pipi, ambayo ni virutubisho ambavyo vinakwenda kusaidia kwa wale ambao wanatatizwa na aina tofauti ya magonjwa.
Virutubisho hivyo sasa vinatibu magonjwa gani?
Virutubisho hivi vinatunza magonjwa kama vile ya kisukari, shinikizo la damu.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
No matter where you are, Channel Africa is always with you.
Twenty-one minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Our DJ mix this afternoon is brought to you by T-Man SA.
Ulele sonke inkinga zakho dale, ulele sifuba sakho mntwana. Tshele ngabo dliwa yini dale, walokhu ukhala njalo, yini le ngaphala, Yesu ukhala njalo, njalo ufela ngaphala, walokhu ukhala njalo, yini le ngaphala, Yesu ukhala njalo, njalo ufela ngaphala. Usimaleti sonke, awuwedwa inkinga zethu sonke, khuluma dala. Usimaleti sonke, awuwedwa inkinga zethu sonke, khuluma nami. Usimaleti sonke, awuwedwa inkinga zethu sonke, khuluma dala. Usimaleti sonke, awuwedwa inkinga zethu sonke, khuluma nami. Aye.
T-Man SA, our DJ Mix. Out of 10?
10.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10. You know, I'm actually really warming up to Amapiano in a way.
You're warming up to Amapiano. You?
No, but hang on a second. Hang on. I take that back. I'm not just starting to warm up to it.
Okay.
Somebody that okay, my younger brother loves Calvin Momo.
Okay.
And over a year ago, I heard him play Calvin Momo in the car. I was like, who be that? Because it sounded like jazz almost.
Calvin Momo's Amapiano went to private school.
That was just that was my thing.
Yeah,
I was like, okay,
right,
I think I could like this.
Right.
So, okay, perhaps I am warming up to this kind of Amapiano. But Calvin Momo, I am a fan. I am a fan, without a doubt.
Out of 10, let us know what you think of that mix by T-Man SA.
10 for T-Man.
10 out of 10. It's 30 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the latest sports with Musibudi Makura.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thank you so much, Tebogo. Good afternoon once again from the sports desk. We'll start with football news. Nigeria will go head-to-head with Rwanda in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualification match, and that is scheduled to be played at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in the city of Uyo tomorrow. So kick-off for that game is at 6 p.m. Central African time. The Super Eagles snapped a 5-match winless run across all competitions, including victories and penalties, which they claimed a 2-0 victory over Congo-Brazzaville at the 2024 Chan Clash on the 19th of August. So Nigeria are placed 4th in the Group C standings, having collected 7 points from about 6 matches, and it's imperative that the West African Giants need to secure wins over Rwanda as well as South Africa next week Tuesday to keep their World Cup dream alive. Meanwhile, Rwanda are winless in their last 4 matches across all competitions, this after succumbing to a 2-0 defeat to Algeria in a friendly match on the 9th of June, and it was also their second successive defeat. Rwanda are placed second in Group C on the standings, having collected 8 points from 6 matches so far. Back home now, South Africa's Football Association CEO Lydia Monyapao has revealed that expectations of the national men's under-20 team for the upcoming FIFA Under-20 World Cup. So having been crowned African champions at the CAF Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations tournament earlier on this year in Egypt, expectations have been raised for the global tournament that is scheduled to run from the 27th of September right until the 19th of October in Chile. Monyapao believes that coach Raymond Mdaka and his charges would be able to reach a semi-final of a FIFA Under-20 World Cup.
Look, we are always very ambitious, highly ambitious. So obviously for us is to get to the semi-finals. I think they've shown the quality that they possess as a team, and we believe that they can get that far. But you must aim here and then fall here. So we are hoping that they will get to the semi-finals and finals, surprise us, get to the finals. But it's going to be tough. We have to also be realistic to say it's going to be a tough competition for them out there. But we know that they're going to put forward.
Meanwhile, the team now in camp for the very first time since their AFCON triumph in May. Munyabao expressed her well wishes as the team now prepares to be trimmed from 29 to 21 by the FIFA deadline on the 18th of September.
It's a great bunch, like you're saying. We mustn't forget that these are African champions and we need to celebrate them. But for me, it's great that they're in camp preparing for the World Cup. Like you're saying, they will be representing the whole continent, 66 million South Africans, but also the whole entire African continent. So our hopes and dreams are relying on them, on Coach Mdaka and his charges. So, I wish the team all the best. In the next few days as they prepare for Chile, and obviously they're gonna reassemble again towards the World Cup.
Further field down, emotional Lionel Messi scored twice for Argentina in what is expected to be his final competitive match on home soil, saying the moment was something he had dreamed of. Luandro Martinez, meanwhile, also scored as the host side defeated Venezuela by 3-0 in a World Cup qualifier in Buenos Aires. Now, Messi, 38 years of age, was joined by his 3 sons and received a standing ovation from a crowd of 80,000 in moving scenes before the match. The 8-time Ballon d'Or winner captain Argentina to their 3rd World Cup triumph in 2022 in Qatar, and also scored a record 114 goals and 194 appearances for his country. Messi, Argentina's most capped player, said he has not decided if he will play at the upcoming World Cup co-hosted by the USA, Canada, as well as Mexico, having already qualified for that global showpiece. And finally, the showcase of Formula One Grand Prix will remain on the Formula One calendar until at least 2035. This after the Liberty Media-owned sport extended on Friday a contract that already ran until 2031. A 6-year extension to the race round the streets of Monaco was announced only last November,